Welcome to Summer Multimedia Writing and Design. I'm your instructor, Dr. Mulhauser. This is my daughter, Callie, and I just wanted to tell you a little bit about myself, show you some of my animals, and just give you an introduction to me, and then the course. I don't know if you know this about me. You probably don't because you just met me, but I think I've got, some superpowers. I watch a lot of Marvel, and I've done a lot of training, and, gamma radiation. I've stood in the microwave for a while, in front of the microwave and let that bathe over me. So I'll just show you some of my super strength. All right, Callie, are you ready?
Yeah.
Wah! Bear! Callie!
Do you need a rock and roll song,
Sure. Rock and roll song, maybe some mood music, just reflecting my...
Yeah.
Enjoy the tour! Okay, so, welcome to week one. You've learned a little bit about me. Now it's time to just get started with a short lecture and also really just show you how the class works. So this is an online class. We won't be meeting live, but you can meet with me. We can schedule a meeting and meet virtually if you'd like, and that's just, you can do that through email. But anyway, let's get started. So here we go. This is what we're going to cover in this for this week. We're going to go over the Blackboard stuff, and again, I encourage you to read all the things that are on Blackboard, just so you get an idea about how the class works. And then, if you have any questions for me, email me, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. So we'll talk about contact, the discussion forum. Now, discussion forums are very important because this is where we, discuss ideas, learn about different topics through writing about them. Then we've got our learning journals, which are reflections about what we've learned over the week. And then we'll talk about assignment number 1 and assignment number 2 because they're connected. Assignment 1 is a proposal for assignment number 2. So assignment 1 is like getting the ideas out there to make what you're going to do for assignment number 2. Then I'll just have a little bit of lecture on some of the stuff, things I think you should pay attention to. And then, again, just email me any questions you have of a virtual meeting with me. Okay, so I'm just going to escape out of here for a second and go to our Blackboard space. So in Blackboard, some things to keep in mind. Definitely go to the README first. It's got some good explanations of things, how the class works, time expectations, that kind of thing. So definitely check that out. Then I've got the syllabus. We have a library where all the course readings are, besides the course textbook that you're required to have. I think it's Writing, Multimodal, Writing and Design or something, Writer and Design, or it's Writer and Designer by Kristen Arola, Cheryl Ball, and Jennifer Shepard, I think. 3rd edition is what you want to have. Here are software tutorials, which you can use when you're designing. We're going to be using Adobe Express. It's a free version for designing the poster. That's assignment number 2. And then we'll also be using different podcast and video editing software that's online that you can access the free versions. That'll help you for the other 2 assignments. But first, I guess let's go to syllabus. And just a little bit about the course. I'm not going to go over the whole syllabus. Again, it's an online class. It's up to you to read things just to understand what's available for you for help and some of the rules of the course. So again, office hours, meet with me. Here's a link. They're by appointment. So if you have any questions, just let me know. So this course is Multimedia Writing and Design. Well, what the heck is it? It's kind of a sampler course. We'll examine how rhetoric functions in constructing arguments that don't use traditional mediums like the words I'm typing. You're going to use multimedia design principles to construct persuasive arguments in a variety of genres. For this summer online class, you'll be making a poster, audio advertisement, and also a video advertisement. After completing the course, you should have confidence to use design software effectively and share documents for a variety of audiences. In different words, we're going to learn how to be writers to utilize text, color, shapes, sounds, smells, fonts to write for different and design for different multimedia arguments. And again, you'll learn the language for talking about design and rhetoric when you're imagining these arguments. So that's what we'll be doing. These are some of the course objectives, and again, it's just about investigating multimodal arguments and making multimedia arguments. You'll be upping your digital savvy. You'll be demonstrating. It is a creative expression course, so you'll be demonstrating skills in interpretation, creation, practice, performance relative to the creative process, and an awareness of the creative process in human experience. I've got the course assignments right here. What we'll be doing, and it's laid out just like this. And again, that discussion board participation, 30% of your grade, so it's very important to keep up with those, and we'll talk about them in just a minute. Here is the grading information. Keep in mind, I round up and round down. So if you have an 89.5, I'll read it as a 90%. If you have an 89.49, I'll read that as an 89. When you go to the grade center or in Blackboard, there'll be a column that says your grade. It's a weighted total, so it will change, and you'll see it as I grade assignments, what your score is in a percentage. I don't really like to accept late work. I mean, I've got to stay on track. You've got to stay on track just so that I can get things back to you graded, and then you can make any changes that you need to, because usually for the assignments, you turn it in, I'll give you some feedback, and if you want to redo it, you can to get a higher score. But again, that's up to you. Something that's a new policy is just AI text generators. So for these classes, or for this class, I'm asking you not to use an AI text generator like ChatGPT or DALL-E for your assignments. I'm asking you to do these yourself. Rather than work with them. In the future, maybe I'll think about how to incorporate those into this class. But right now, we're just going to use our own work and make sure that we give citations to any work that we borrow from others. Right? This should actually say, I think, 3rd edition. I apologize for that. I'll fix it right now for the writer designer. And if it isn't 3rd edition, I'll let you know, but I'm pretty sure it's 3rd edition. Is what I requested. And these are the design softwares: Kapwing Audio Editor and Kapwing Video Editor. Adobe Express will be for the poster. Okay, I'll keep scrolling down. Again, these are the policies too with regards to accommodation. Please read this. If you do need accommodation, email me and we'll talk about what accommodations I can make. And there's other accommodations and things like that. So again, take a look at these, and the non-discrimination policy and that sort of thing. Make sure you understand them. Take a look at them on your own time. We're not going to go over them here, but they are available to you. I just want to make sure that that you know a big part of this course is reading the content that's here. This is the library, and these are each of the readings that you'll be doing. A lot of the readings are PDFs. So for Module 1, right here, Week 1, Module 1, you'll click here, and you'll see it's the course textbook. That's Writer Designer Chapter 1, and then I've got some links to other things. This doesn't link. This is just telling you that this is something you're going to have to read. These all do link. So when you get to this text, you just click on it, and you'll get a link, and you'll be able to read this text. So again, everything else is online except for that one text. And then software tutorials. So these are just tutorials that will help you when you're doing your assignment. So again, I can help you, but you've got to email me, and maybe we can set up an appointment. I can help you figure out any issues you might have. But otherwise, it's learning on your own, figuring out how to use these through tutorials, and just getting used to that and getting some comfort with different design softwares. Okay, I'm just going to go ahead and click on to Module 1, Week 1, and we'll take a look at it. So this is your first module, and you can see the objectives. There'll be, this video will be here. I'll send it to you too. But this is the big thing, okay? So the big deal is that throughout this course, you're going to be working with one product, okay? One product that you're going to be rhetorical about. And this product has an audience, okay? So it's parents and kids from 1 to 18. You can select any age range, and for each project, you can select a different age range. That's up to you. So for one, you could be reaching 1 to 3 and their parents. Another, you could be reaching kids 12 to 16 and their parents. That's up to you. But the products have to be one of these. Now, if you think of something that you want to advertise that's kind of like in this sort of genre that I've created, you certainly can contact me and ask me about it. But otherwise, you got to select something from here. And I think it can be kind of fun. So you've got to figure out how to sell a potato as a toy, as something, I'm not sure, just a potato. It's $10.99. You got to follow these directions. It could be a mop head. It just can't be for mopping. It could be Fruit Loop and pasta necklaces. And again, I've got the prices here. This is the price you have to use. These are the things you have to use. Now, again, it's not all of them. You just pick one. It's just one of these from this list, all right? And you've got your audience, you've got the list. So again, think creatively about how you would market this, about how it could be something kind of creative. And if you want to get 5 points extra credit, go ahead and look up what pataphysics is, and just email me something about pataphysics, what you learned about it. Okay, don't just copy paste from the Wikipedia. You can certainly go to Wikipedia, but just say what you think it is in about 3 sentences, and how you think it could help you. How about that? How about you think it can help you with this project? So pataphysics, all right. Now, here's what to read and what to do, and this is the same for every module. Participate in the Module 1 discussion forum. You need to have 5 unique posts and 2 responses to classmates, and they're due every Friday. Even this one, even though it's a short week, you have to have 5 unique posts and 2 responses to classmates. Okay, so that's dual. That's due Friday by 11:59, and I grade them on Saturday, and I check them throughout the week, so I'm responding. I see what you're doing with those discussion forums. Anyway, so here's some things to remember. These are the rules for the discussion forum post. They should be distributed throughout the discussion period. So don't just wait till Friday to answer. All right, that just doesn't work. Learning doesn't really work that way. Try to space them out. So discipline yourself. Set times for doing 1 or 2 at a time, and then 3 and 4, and then get that 5th one out of the way over different days. And then the responses. That's another thing to schedule. Posts should be at least 200 words, and again, 5 threads answering questions that I posed each week. And then the responses to people that you have should be at least 100 words, and not just I like what you said. If you're going to say I like what you said because it blah blah blah. I like what you said here. It made me think about blah blah blah. So be kind of savvy about it with how you're talking about students. You can also disagree, right? I didn't really agree with what you said. Could you explain it more? But again, that's up to you. How you want to do it. They have to include in-text citations, so these should be quotes and paraphrases. I've got to see that in there, that you're actually in-text citing from the readings as well. Respect others' ideas, keep the discussions related to topics, and again, they're due by 11:59 on Fridays. Okay, I'm just going to go to the discussion forum, and then I'll get back here. So discussion forum threads, Module 1 forum. Now, there's 8 total threads here. You only have to respond to 5. Okay, so you have the option to figure out what you want to read and what you want to respond to. All right, so there's some agency for you. So again, there's 8 here. You do not have to respond to all of them. I only grade 5 of them plus those 2 responses. Okay, you can do more if you want, but again, it's just 5. Okay, I'm gonna go back to week 1. We'll scroll down again. The other thing is the learning journal for module 1. So you have a learning journal due each week. So 6 total learning journals. They're worth 10% of your grade. They should be at least 300 words. You can certainly copy paste something from the discussion forums, but I'd appreciate it if you do that, quote yourself, okay, and make this more of a unique thing. So don't have the whole thing be from your discussion forum posts. These have to be 300 words, and they should follow this format. You should include 1 in-text citation. You should include a big idea or concept that you thought was really important and had an impact on your thinking. Why? Explain how your ideas have changed, if they have, as a result of the discussion in the forum. Maybe it hasn't. And review our course objectives. Tell me how it's meeting those reflect on your learning. You might even say how it's affecting something outside of class. You could do that. All right, so this is the first project. I've just gone to that. So this is the instructions for it. So what you do is you choose the object from up here that you want to create the poster for, okay? And then you're going to do a proposal. Okay, so we'll get to the poster in a minute, but first is the proposal. This is your idea for creating a poster that's an ad for one of those products. Now this proposal has a title, okay, and then you have a section called poster purposes, and then in this section, this is what you do. These are the instructions. Imagine why you're doing this, how you're going to do it. Think of the rhetorical situation. It's 200 to 300 words. It should be thesis driven, not just answering these questions, but something that can stand on its own. And then have some research, like find 3 sources that guide you in designing your poster. It could be from research about kids' parents. It could be about, it could be about something else you found out about design. But that's up to you. 3 sources. It doesn't have to be like the Hoover Library, but try to find some things that might be legitimate, might influence you, that you've learned. And then this part is how are you going to design it? Use 3 concepts from class that are going to help you. Make sure to in-text cite from class readings to support your ideas, especially in this part or the poster purposes, and then have a works cited and use MLA, please. This is due July 8th. That is Saturday, I believe, and they're due by 11:59 p.m. So this is a Word document that you'll upload in Blackboard. You'll click here to submit. Okay, so that's the proposal. The proposal is thinking about assignment 2, which is the actual poster. I'm going to go to week 2 and I'm going to show you that one. So this is the poster that you're supposed to do. Okay, again, I've got the list of products. I've got the different audiences that you can select from, and then this is the background. The poster has to, and this is what you're going to be creating. Use visual images from Creative Commons licensing. Okay, you can find them here. Include your own pictures of the product too, if you'd like. That's required to have at least one there. Or actually, you know what? Sorry, that's not required. I'll make a note there. I'm always thinking the dimensions are the default for a flyer in Adobe Express. So when you go to Adobe Express and you click the plus, click on flyer. I think it's 11 by 17 or something like that. So that's what you're going to be doing. Use Adobe Express. It should be your design, no templates in Express. Do the plus, and it's your own flyer. You can only use between 8 to 40 words. Doesn't count in the works cited. Include a works cited for imagery, even if it is, even if it's your own. And you can have that on a separate page, like a Word document, if you'd like. This is due by 11:59 on July 15th. Okay, so you download it and send me the picture, so you can download it. And again, you don't have to include your own pictures of the product, but it'd be kind of cool if you took them. So this is just optional, and I'll fix that right now. But otherwise, everything is a have to. So this one is optional. Maybe you find a really great picture of a potato that'll work, and you don't need your own. Okay. I think that's it for now for the Blackboard. I'm going to return to PowerPoint and talk a little about rhetoric and design and things like that. So you're going to be paying attention to a lot of design readings, and this is just a really small portion of that. So writing in design. To design means to plan. The process of design is to bring order from chaos and randomness. So we have all these things that are out there that we could design with, but the idea is putting them together. Again, it's not even creating those things, right, through drawing or designing in Adobe Illustrator or whatever, taking the pictures. It's taking pictures that exist that are Creative Commons and putting them together, putting the text face, the colors together in a way that isn't random anymore. Okay, so you're trying to bring order to how all of these things are put together. The writer's job is to make information accessible and appealing, add value to it, and make information scannable. All right, so we're going to be adding value to, say, a potato, making it seem very important for kids. We're going to make the information about this potato, if you're going to use a potato, you don't have to, accessible and appealing, and you're going to make the information about it scannable, so that when readers come to it, they can find the different parts of the information easily. Okay, so for instance, this is a pretty terrible example of design. It seems a little bit chaotic and random. The ways you would want to fix this would be adding bold to the headings, changing the proximity, adding some bullets. Things aren't, the sizes of the typeface would help make it better. So really, this is just a terrible example of writing and design. Now, with regards to rhetoric, it's a vocabulary for describing the effective use of text. It's combining modes and media to persuade. So those modes would be things, like me speaking, the linguistic mode, audio, like sounds of things, visual mode, color, and things like that. So we've got a lot of modes. And then the medium, or how are you going to do it? Like, are you going to use, digital media? Is it going to be a poster? Is it going to be, yeah. So those sorts of things. What would be like, will you spray it with, some kind of nasal mode, right? Smells like vanilla. So you want to try to, so part of rhetoric is to be persuasive and effective rhetorically is supposed to cause some kind of change in the audience. What can change mean? It can mean a lot of things. It can be buying something, it can be motivated to do something, to take an action. It can be, motivated not to, right? So that change could also be, something that trying to get you to change, but maybe it makes you not want to do anything. I guess that would be ineffective rhetoric, right, instead of effective rhetoric. So these are some of the design terms. Contrast, that means that you have difference between elements. One stands out from another. Don't make something sort of different, make it really different. Another design term is repetition. Repeat visual elements of the design throughout the text. This helps develop the organization, strengths, and unity. So you can see you've got repetition here with how I'm repeating, right, the bold of the two words, right? So we know these are things that are going to be defined. And then you can even see I've even got, something contrastive. This is the title with the question here. So that's different, right? So that's making it different. We know that's a different part of the PowerPoint. Alignment, it's how things are lined up on a page. Avoid centering and try to line up all elements of the page. Don't center align anything right now, okay? Just work on left alignments or right alignments, and you'll see how that's going to make you a stronger designer. Now, these do not practice CRA yet, contrast, repetition, and alignment. I guess that's the acronym we're going for. You can see that there's a lot of problems here, okay? While we do have some alignment here, we have poor contrast just because it's almost kind of hard to see these letters. We have little organization because, while the typeface is repeated like with colors and things like that, they're all capitalized. It's like they're all screaming at you. We're not sure if there's a difference between this meaning. So not contrast used with repetition. And over here, we just have so many things going on. It doesn't seem like anything's repeated. So all the information comes together with this hamfest, whatever that might mean. And then alignment. You can see how alignment kind of changes here, and there's no reason for it. This is over the text, so too much contrast over this text, and it runs together. And this image is even aligned with anything. So when you're thinking about things, think about how you can align even the imagery with a word or a letter. That'll help tie things together, make it work together. And with Hamfest, again, too much going on there. It has a pretty much center alignment, but then it has a center alignment here, a center alignment here. It's hard to figure out where to look first because nothing really contrasts, except I guess maybe Hamfest would be the first thing you'd see, but then everything else, it's like, where am I supposed to look next? Okay. Rhetoric and design choices. The last one of this, one of the last important design principles is proximity. So then we get CRAP, or it could be CARP, depends on what you want to use for the acronym. But anyway, if something's crappy in our class, that means it's really good. It's done well with those items. So how close elements on a page are placed next to each other. So keep related items together. I like to think of that as like the friendly principle. So if something's related, you keep it close together. Organization, that's the arrangement of elements, how elements work together. There's also color and emphasis. So we get something that's like CRAPIO, all right? So that would be our acronym, and you'll read more about that in your textbook. Okay. I don't know if you can think of another pronoun or acronym, but good luck. So again, if you want to take a look at these and how they don't do so well, go ahead and be my guest. I can't. These are burning my eyes. I need to move on. Another concept that's pretty important that you'll be thinking about is visual weight, okay? And it's the apparent heaviness or lightness of a shape or form, and it helps readers scan the text and know where to look first, all right? So we can see how it, even in this flyer, how visual weight is used, right? So usually And you can see down here, we're going to see this first, this second, okay, this third, this fourth, right? So it's really cool how this this is used, and maybe this is an afterthought. Again, this is all left alignment. Okay, it keeps everything really well done together, and you can see how bold is used and proximity. So this is all the contact information. You can see how it's put together. So you've got proximity. So the overall organization, I think, is really well done. You've got kind of a title here. You've got the image. And then you've got this aligned, and see how the image is even aligned with the text. Okay, so that's good practice. Okay, so you can see a lot of good stuff going on here. Well, that's all. Take care, everybody. Again, I'll see you, I guess, virtually next week. You'll have another video coming up for week number 2, and I'll talk about some more important things to keep an eye on. Otherwise, if you have any questions, shoot me an email. And if you need to meet with me, go ahead and in that email, let me know when you want to meet, and we'll try to schedule something. All right, take care. Bye.